Welcome to Growing Up Boomer. I'm your host, Padre, with my co-host, Professor. And this podcast is dedicated to the life and times of the baby boomer generation. The show is loosely scripted, and sometimes we'll go down rabbit holes, and where it leads us to, one will never know. This podcast can be informative, funny, and sometimes irreverent. But most of all, we hope you find it entertaining. Hey, Professor, how's it going, my man?
Well, Padre, I've been just minding my own business, okay, and just minding my own business, and I can't believe it's 60 years since 1965. I mean, what's happened?
Yeah, well, time goes, what do they
I'm
say?
just minding on my own business, and here it is, 60 years later.
Yeah, what did John Lennon say? That's just life.
Yeah,
just
well,
living.
I guess that's
just
living. Just living. Yep, living.
Just be thankful that you're still here. 60
you know
years
what?
after 1965.
I just went through another year of life. Okay,
Yeah.
and so there's one more I could notch on how long I've lived.
That's right.
And that's good. And so now, I mean, if the average age of, well, never mind. It's okay.
I'm looking at the average age. I believe you've passed it, and I'm close to it.
Oh no! Well, I've heard recently. I saw this somewhere that if the in my case now, okay, if the average age is 80, I've got 4 summers left.
Well,
so go do what you want to do.
Yeah. Now, what I have, the system that I'm looking at, it's 74 and a half.
I know that, but I'm being optimistic.
Because
otherwise I would be depressed.
Well, you know what? You should be thankful. I'm blessed. I'm still going.
I am. I'm just teasing you. I feel good. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, real quick. We got our first download from Nigeria.
Whoa. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Funny thing about Nigeria is that it's the most populous country in Africa with 213 million people.
Yeah, it's really populous. In fact, that makes it probably, because I think we're the 3rd most populous.
It makes them the 7th.
Yeah, 7th. Yeah.
And the way they're going, they say they will surpass the United States by 2050.
Okay. Well, okay. I could say something political, but I'll leave that alone. Okay.
Oh, that never stopped you before.
I know. But, it is what it is. But if I sound a little weird, I'm getting over a cold. So hopefully, and a cough. So hopefully, that's all.
It's the drugs.
No, I'm not on it. Oh, no, I just did the inhaler.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay.
They have something called Nollywood.
Nollywood?
Yeah.
What's that?
In other words, it's like a film industry, a thriving film industry.
Yeah.
And right behind India.
Oh.
When it comes to films.
I think I've heard that. Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing, the big exports there is agriculture, but oil is big time.
From where?
Nigeria.
Oh, I thought you said so. Yes.
Yeah.
Nigeria, they have oil. They do. Yep.
Yeah, they do. And it says it dates back all the way to about they have life. They found evidence of life all the way back to like 9,000 BC.
Yeah.
Yeah, ancient kingdoms in Europe. They were big time empires back to at the 11th century.
Yeah, of life.
Yeah,
you mean like
life? Like, in other words, there's evidence of life in Nigeria. In other words, they're finding things that date back 9,000 BC, that they were human beings or population there.
Okay, you're talking about humans.
Yes.
Okay, you just said life.
Yeah.
Okay, there was other life 6,000 years, 9,000 years ago.
Whoa, Professor, that don't count. Okay, we're
Okay,
talking human.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure because when you started that, I'm thinking, where's this guy? Where's he going? Where's he going? Okay, human beings. Yes, I get that.
Human beings all the way back to 9,000 BC. So they've been around for quite some time.
I think the humans have been around for a bit longer than that. I think in other places too. Anyway, yes, but that's
we are not concentrating on Nigeria now.
I know that. I know that.
All right. By the way, if you notice one thing about me, I'm not wearing my Brooklyn Dodger hat today.
I know you're not. I was going to bring it up,
I
but I
know.
can't read what's on it.
It's White Pass,
Oh,
Yukon, Alaska.
oh, okay.
Okay. The thing was that my sister-in-law went on a cruise.
She did the Alaskan cruise.
He did the Alaskan cruise. Like us, we've been on a cruise before, but like us, we've been there, done that. Okay, we're done.
Right.
You know. But the point being is that that's where she caught COVID. Was on the
Oh.
cruise, and then of course she came back here to our house because she was
Hmm.
going to stay a week because the peddlers fair was happening.
Oh, you can't miss that.
You can't. No, no, no.
Mm-mm.
That's a big thing. Everybody comes up. Well, what ends up happening? We find out she gets here Sunday. We find out Monday that she's got COVID.
Oh boy.
Now, the thing that was this strain of COVID that she caught because her friend, a good friend, went to the doctor, is it's not as bad as the 2020.
Yeah.
So it's kind of mutated and has gotten
Yeah.
weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
3 days, she was good. She was good. But,
Okay.
of course, we kept her isolated in the back, fed her
Right.
meals, and oh, yeah, she was having the good life, man.
Did you
Well,
shove the meals under the door?
oh, no. Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
never did that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not like, you're the prison.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
All
Yeah.
right.
No.
Well, you just say
Yeah.
you isolated her in the back. I mean,
Yeah, that doesn't mean she can't watch TV out in the living room.
Okay.
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 Well,
Okay.
and so we would go because if you remember our house, we've got that huge patio off the bedroom where we would use
Yep.
in one
Yep. Yep.
patio, she'd be on the other one, and
Sure.
we didn't want her to be all alone. But
Yeah.
this is a funny story. Okay, this is a great story. She goes on the cruise, and of course, they have day trips and things like that.
Sure.
Um, so my sister-in-law is a lot like me. In other words, we go on these things, and basically, kind of leave us alone. Okay, I don't want to. I'm not one of these people that, oh, how are you? Where are you from? And stuff like that. She's very quiet, but
Okay.
she's very, very hospitable. If someone
Hmm.
starts asking her questions, I mean, she's not,
Okay.
she's like me, and and we'll do the conversation and be nice, but we
Right.
don't look to start the conversation.
Right. I get it. Okay.
Okay, well, they're coming back on the bus, and the bus is packed. Well, there's one seat. What she decides to do is she went with two friends. So what they end up doing is one will ride with her on the way back or on the way to the place, and then she switched seats, which makes that one open. Well, here comes a kid. Not a regular kid, a small kid, the yappy type, the one that just
Mm.
love to talk, right? And so, of course, she's going, oh, okay, so she sits down and she starts asking her questions. And she's very nice about it. Where are you from? She's, well, I'm from California. And where are you from? She says, oh, I'm from Miami. And and they go on, and she said, the kid just a little chatterbox. She just kept on talking. And then he says, my dad tells jokes. And she goes, oh, really? Would you like to hear a joke? She says, sure, give me a joke. And he says, why did the Mexican throw the wife off the cliff? As you know, my sister-in-law's married name is Gomez. Her
Mm-hmm.
maiden name is Garcia. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I don't know why. He said, tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And she leans over to him. She says, I'm Mexican, and you're lucky I found that funny.
Yeah.
And she says, but from now on, you should tell a joke. As what do you do when your toes fall off? You call a
Mm-hmm.
tow truck. She says that would probably be a better joke. Right away, the kid gets up and scurries and sits with his mom. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
Not gonna
There.
be
Yeah. I would
there.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oops. How old was the kid?
yeah. What's
Did,
that?
did she?
She said,
Did she have an idea how
I
old?
can't remember, 9, 10 years old.
9,
Or
10.
something
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
somewhere in that area. But I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that is just
Yeah.
too good.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it sounds like that kid grew up and doesn't know about color.
Well, maybe, or maybe he does now.
Well, yeah. He might ask questions. Anyway, yeah. She got
Yeah.
better, and you guys went to the
Oh
peddler's
yeah,
fair.
we went to the peddler's fair. It was great.
Well,
It was
I was there.
fantastic. Oh,
I was
And you
Well, I
didn't?
wasn't at the peddler's
Oh,
fair.
okay. All right.
Okay, I had a quick turnaround. I brought my granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 weeks of just not like you. You had a
Yeah.
bunch of people.
Right.
I
Right.
had starting with the 31st, I flew down,
Mm-hmm.
brought my
Mm-hmm.
granddaughter back up, and she stayed for a week, and I took her back on the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
But on the 3rd, okay, we had
Mm-hmm.
people come up on the 2nd. On the 3rd, do you remember Florent? Okay, he was my exchange student that came and stayed with us in 2006 to
Vaguely.
2000.
Was it from France or?
France, from
Yeah.
France,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay.
vaguely remember. Yeah.
So he came with his wife and his 2.5-year-old,
Oh.
and they stayed with us for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So they were there all that week. So they got to meet Coral, and Coral got to meet Leonore, and all that kind of. It was all great.
Oh.
And then on Friday the 8th, I flew her down to Benicia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
except there was no return flight on Southwest until the next day.
Okay.
So I ended up renting a car. I got to my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, spent the night. We went for an early breakfast. I drove the car back, got on the airplane, and went home. So
Oh.
I was there.
Yeah, but not very long. Huh? Just like-
And I was actually
Yeah.
debating. I had about an hour. I was about debating about going down there, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to
Oh,
park
yeah.
anywhere near by the time. So
That's right.
yeah,
And if you only have
yeah.
an hour,
Yeah,
it'll take you that long to find parking.
luckily,
Yeah,
yeah. So anyway, oh,
Hey, what do you say we get into our podcast, buddy?
oh, is that what we're doing? We're doing a
Yeah,
podcast?
come
Okay,
on.
yeah, okay. What are we doing today? We're doing
doing
sitcoms, right?
Sitcoms, right? Sitcoms of the 1970s that people should remember that were actually fairly good.
Okay, well, I think some of it might depend on. Were these all nationally? I think they're all broadcast nationally.
Yes, they were.
But I don't know if what the time slots were or stuff like that, or the nights, and if they conflicted with other stuff that I watched.
Right,
Because in
right.
going through this, there's only a few of them that I actually really watch with consistency. So anyway, let's go.
How about Barney Miller? Ran
Who's
from
that?
1975,
I'm only kidding.
Yeah, 1975 to 1982. So that one was a
Yeah.
long-running one. Do you remember that?
That was a
one?
long-running one, and that was Barney, who was Hal Linden.
Yes.
And yep, Hal Linden, and it was about the 12th precinct, I think it was, in Greenwich Village of New York,
Yeah.
fictional, of course. And Ron Glass was in it, and Max Gale, and Abe Vigoda. And that's, I mean, I know that kind of stuff, and I think I probably have seen a couple episodes, but it wasn't one that I watched
Oh, yeah.
consistently.
Well, the
Yeah.
beauty of that one, it was all done in the precinct.
I think pretty much all done in the precinct, and they had whatever, people all coming in and going through it all inside the precinct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could have been a stage play.
yeah,
And
right.
they pulled it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did a great job. Great
Yeah.
job. Now,
Easy on the sets.
well, and probably very, very inexpensive to produce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Chico and the Man?
I think I probably watched maybe one or two
Yeah,
episodes.
Freddie
Okay, and
Freddie Prince.
yeah,
He
Freddie
was-
Prince.
yeah.
Okay, and and Jack Albertson, if I
Yeah,
recall,
yes, you were
he
correct.
played Ed. He played Ed,
Mhm.
and who was yeah. So I mean, I know the premise of it. Okay, I guess Freddie was a mechanic, and he went to work in Ed's garage.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess he was Mexican, and
Mhm.
Ed wasn't. So they had all the cultural stuff that was going on. But that was more like in L.A., if I recall correctly.
Mhm.
That was more like I don't know if it was shot in L.A. or, well, maybe everything was shot in L.A. But maybe that's why it didn't resonate with me. I don't know.
Well, like I said, it was probably to compete with Stanford and Son.
Okay,
It was
which
that
I
kind-
like.
It was that kind of thing, kind of almost
Yeah.
like there was some, ethnic humor in it and stuff like that.
Sure.
It explored cultural divides and humor
Sure.
and heart,
Yeah.
and so it was stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, some of the other shows we were going to talk about did the same thing, but
Yes, yeah.
yeah. So it was yes. Well, that was in the 70s after the
Mhm.
60s and civil rights and everything else, and
Right.
so things are starting to change.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm, mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you watch that show a lot?
Yes, I did. Chico and the
Okay.
Man. Yeah,
Okay.
and Stanford and Son. Oh,
Okay.
he was horrible. But everybody
Sam-
remembers Stanford and Son.
Absolutely, Sam.
Red
That was a
Fox.
trip.
Oh God, he had me
Yeah, yeah,
rolling. He had me in stitches.
I do too. I know. That was a very funny show. I
Yeah.
like that. In
Yeah.
fact, I was on the treadmill. This is during the winter,
Mhm.
okay, and for whatever reason, don't ask me why, I decided, or somehow I clicked on it, and that was old syndicated shows, and I saw that one, and I watched an episode, and it brought back the memories. It's
Oh.
hysterical. It really is.
It was so bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, I understand Soap was a pretty big one
Yes, it
also.
was very, very big. I didn't
Okay.
watch it much, but it was
Yeah, I
very,
don't know
very
if I
big.
ever watched it.
Oh yeah, I watched a
Um,
few episodes.
but it was pretty scandalous what they say at the
Oh, it
time.
was.
Billy Crystal was played, I guess, the TV's first openly gay
Yeah,
characters, which was pretty groundbreaking, and so on and
yeah.
so forth. But I also understand it was kind of a nighttime parody of daytime soap operas.
Yes, it
So
was.
that's kind of what it
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was funny, especially when the Billy Crystal character was on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could
I
say
don't
I
think I
could say
saw that
some of the
one.
lines, but I won't because it would probably get us knocked off
Oh,
the view
well
list.
then,
Oh
yeah.
God, some of the stuff
Okay.
they said was hilarious. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of that, groundbreaking. Did you ever watch Mod?
Maud I watched, yeah.
Yeah.
Maud we watched. I mean, relatively
Mm,
regularly. We did
mm,
that. And
mm.
B. Arthur, yeah. Now that was a spinoff of All in the Family.
Yes.
In fact, it might have been, because there's been a number of spinoffs of that. It might have been the longest one,
Hmm.
longest running one. No,
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't. Anyway, but it was great. And
Yeah.
B, I think she was Edith Bunker's favorite cousin,
Hmm.
I think, in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so yeah, it spun off from there, and yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it it dealt with topics, basically women's topics like women
Oh,
liberation,
absolutely.
mental health, abortion. I mean, it was groundbreaking.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're
Hmm.
saying that. I mean,
Hmm.
basically, she embraced the tenets of women's liberation.
Yeah,
She always
yeah.
voted Democratic,
Uh-huh.
advocated for civil rights, racial equality,
Yes.
and but her overbearing
Yeah.
and sometimes
Yeah.
domineering personality kind of got her into trouble about things, but
There,
which made it
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is one that's hilarious, and it comes up
One
every so
episode.
often. One episode where you
Yeah.
remember she becomes a politician. If you remember that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Remember that they take it, and she goes to Washington, and she's out making her campaign trails, and this really, really old woman. I mean, very old, like in the late 90s. Hunched over,
Okay.
and she comes by and shakes a hand, and she says, "You look very familiar." And she's thinking, of course, I'm,
Yeah.
in the House of Representatives. Da, 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 da. That's what
Yeah.
she's thinking. She says, "Did we go to school together?" you know, and that deadpan look that she can give. Oh,
Absolutely.
that was
I could see
hilarious.
that now. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I don't think so. Are you sure? You
Are
look
you
so
sure?
familiar."
Yeah.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
good. That was good. And then
Yeah. That was a
The Bob Newhart show.
Now that was a great show.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was a
yeah.
hysterical show.
Right. Yeah, everybody
Newhart.
remembers of the other one,
Which one?
the Newhart show. Remember when
Oh yeah,
he's
the Newhart show.
yeah, when
Yes.
he's in the bed and breakfast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. When
No, but the Bob Newhart show. Yeah, that was
yeah,
different.
where
In the
he was
psychology office, and
yeah. The
and
people
he's
in
in there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they share the office administrator. Like she's
Uh huh.
it's a whole floor, and they have the different
That was
professions.
well, Marcia Wallace, I think, was her. That
Yes,
was
you're right.
Carol Kester, I think, was the receptionist. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and she was the receptionist for everybody. And there was an orthodontist and
yeah.
everything else. And yeah, it was yeah. Of course, a lot of it. Newhart was a straight man to
Yeah,
basically everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, as far as that's concerned,
Uh-huh.
he I think the most frequently seen regular patients was a cynical, mean-spirited, neurotic
Mm,
Elliot Carlin, which was Jack Riley,
yeah,
and a milk toast Marine cook,
yeah,
Emil Peterson, John Fiedler,
yeah,
okay, and a very quiet, reserved Lillian Bakerman, who Florida Phoebus, an
yeah.
older woman who spends most of her sessions knitting. Okay, so
Yeah,
it was hysterical. I mean, they
yeah.
did a great job. That
No,
was a
they
good one.
did. They really did.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there was what? Good Times. Do you remember Good
Now,
Times?
Good Times. Good Times. I never read Good Times.
Yeah, but you always remember the
I mean, I've
catchphrase.
watched it. What's that?
You always remember the catchphrase,
Uh,
"Dynamite."
yeah, Dynamite. Yeah, that
That was
was
a big
JJ, right?
JJ, right? That was a
You
big
know what? I
catchphrase.
probably seen a couple of
Yeah. Hmm.
episodes, but not much.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So so who was JJ? Who was that?
I can't. The
Uh,
name escapes me at this point.
um, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
We're getting the brain freeze, buddy.
yeah, I know. I know. I'm talking about the actor.
That's what I'm talking about too.
Okay. Was that John Amos? No,
No, I think that
no.
was the father.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, I don't. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah,
remember either. Yeah.
like J.J.
So
Walker.
anyway.
Is it J.J. Walker or?
John Amos, Thelma, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, it
whatever.
was. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
it was pretty popular at the time. You know,
yep.
no,
Now,
everybody other than the catchphrase, nobody remembers the show.
yeah. Now, do you know? I don't know if you know this, no, but the
Mm.
characters originated on Maud.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
They did. They originated on there. So again, I
Mm.
guess technically, the spinoff.
Right.
So yeah, I mean it.
Hmm.
And that was one, the characters trying to overcome poverty, and
Right.
they lived in, I think it was public housing. Was it in Chicago or something?
Yeah, I
Something
believe
like
you're
that.
right. Hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
That's.
the courtship of Eddie's father.
I don't think I ever saw that.
My mom loved it. Oh, she would just, of course, Bill Bixby was in it too. Of course,
Well, yeah,
that's
Bill
probably
Bixby. Yeah,
why. But yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was pretty good, and I love the theme song, "The Best Friend." He's my
Uh,
best friend.
yeah,
You don't remember the Best Friend, the theme song?
uh,
Oh, it's very popular.
probably,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they did one time. They were doing some promotion, baseball promotion, and this is after Mark McGuire had retired,
Oh,
and you were going to
uh-huh.
spend a day with him, I think. And then he had this little cowboy hat. He's my best friend. And they were out, they show him playing in the park, and stuff like that. Almost like the Bill Bixby one on the courtship of Eddie's father.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was big time. That was big
yeah,
time. You know,
yeah.
yeah. Then
Now,
well, go ahead. I'm
well,
sorry. Oh
Phyllis
yeah.
is another one.
Hmm.
But you know what? I never even heard of Phyllis.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't remember anything at all about it at
you
all. And
don't
I don't
you
know if it was, I mean, I know, I mean, I did a little research, so it's a spinoff of Mary Tyler Moore Show.
that is correct.
Um,
Hmm.
but, and,
Cloris Leachman was Phyllis.
yeah, okay, yep,
And
yep,
she was hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever heard of it, and I don't think I
Oh
never saw it.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What was the kind of gist of it?
Oh, the same thing. It was a spin-off. She was when she was in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I think she was kind of like the one of the shows, like the cooking show type of thing. I can't remember
Uh-huh.
if that was Betty White or Phyllis, but it was one of those. And she goes to San Francisco, right? And then she's widower. She's widowed, and she goes to
Hmm.
San Francisco, and basically it's about her life as a widow, and it's just
Hmm.
hilarious. I mean, some of the stuff that she does is just funny. But
Wow. Yeah.
Alice, now we always watched Alice.
Um,
You
I think I might
kiss,
have
yeah,
seen an episode or two.
kiss my grits.
Yeah, that
Well,
I remember that
remember that
one.
one?
I remember that line. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do remember
yeah,
that line.
but yeah, it was kind of like a show, when you're in a situation like she was in, divorced, and you're trying to
Hmm.
make it, and she's
Hmm.
working that diner and
Hmm.
raising her kids, and it's always real tough.
Hmm.
Yeah, Rhoda was another one that I really
Rhoda,
liked.
Rhoda was a good one. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rhoda was a good one
yeah,
also. I agree. That was a good one.
yeah.
And that another spinoff of Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, you are
And
correct.
yep,
You
yeah,
are
yeah. And
correct.
Valerie Harper.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Valerie Harper was starred in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was yeah. She's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
but she was really spunky, if I recall correctly,
Mm-hmm.
and very fashionable and so
Right.
on. And I mean, she came from a Jewish family. That was part of it in New York City.
Yeah.
I think that's why I watched it because, again, it just seems like as I go through some of these shows, things that were centered on the West Coast,
Yeah.
I was on the East Coast. So it just kind of, who knows? That may be the reason why. It could have been scheduling conflicts, overlaps, who knows, time of day, night, whatever.
Come
Maybe it was
on.
homework.
You just
Who
love, just
knows?
like East Coasters. West Coast, what do they know?
No, I came out to the West Coast. They must have known something.
This
Either
is the
that or I
West.
didn't know nothing.
Yeah, this show's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Well, how
Well,
about the Jeffersons? They're moving on up.
now, Jefferson's was a trip. It was a blast. I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching that one. Okay, they moving on up
Yeah.
to the big
east
time.
side.
Yeah. So I guess they moved from Queens, which I know,
Yeah.
into Manhattan.
Yeah, because it was spin off from who?
I wonder who that was. It was
Well,
all in the family
you
because they were
got
the
it.
neighbors.
Yeah.
They were neighbors of
Yeah.
Archie and Edith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
In fact, they were funny. I remember watching, them and seeing them as neighbors on that show,
Yes.
and it was good.
Yeah.
And I liked that when they spun it off, and that's why I started watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah, George and Louise Jefferson.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
African Americans, and so which means they got into, cultural stuff to say the
Yeah.
least that's going
Right.
on there.
You're
And
right. You're right.
yeah.
And what was the other one?
Yep.
The next one was what's
Now,
happening?
but
Oh, I'm
hang on
sorry.
a second. But I don't know if you remember on the Jeffersons, it really started out to be pretty funny, but it kind of turned out to be more of a sitcom.
Mhm.
And every now and then they would focus on some serious issues.
Oh yeah.
They did alcoholism, racism, suicide, gun control,
Mhm.
KKK, literacy. They even used the epithets that we shouldn't use anymore,
Mhm.
occasionally on there. So it was,
Yeah.
but it was a great show. It was
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yep.
It was funny, but that's a lot that happens with these shows. In other words, the writers run out of funny stuff to say, so they get serious.
Yeah.
That's it. They get. I'm watching this program just so I can have some laughs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I wanted
Yeah.
something serious, I'd watch something serious. It's
Yeah.
a comedy.
Yes. It's a comedy. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah.
What's happening was also that was pretty good too. About following about three teens out of L.A. Of course, you probably didn't watch it because it was from the West
I never
Coast.
heard of it.
Really?
There you go. I've never heard of it. What's
Yeah,
happening?
you probably saw that. Oh, look, it's
Now,
from the
I mean,
West Coast.
now wait a second. I got to be honest with you about something.
Uh-huh.
It could be that I actually heard about these shows,
Mhm.
but I don't remember that I heard about them.
No.
That's possible.
Or you did watch some of them, you just don't remember watching them.
Yeah, no, I don't remember ever even hearing of that one
Oh.
seriously.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Oh, man.
But again, it was centered in L.A., so why would I listen?
Yeah. One day
Yeah,
at a time?
don't take offense, anybody out there.
Too late.
Not too late. Too late. One day at a time. Yeah, a few times I watched
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
pretty good. That
Yeah, it was
one
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the maintenance man and stuff like that. And that was
Yeah.
good. That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And,
That was okay. Who are the stars in there? There was
I
Justina
don't-
Machado.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm trying.
Oh,
to
you know
think
who
of
was in there? Rita Moreno was in that
That
show.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the
see?
one. We've talked about her recently. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
what was the other one? The Odd Couple.
Odd Couple was it was funny.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Tony Randall and
Jack Klugman.
oh yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were funny. They were just like
they
oil and
were
water,
fantastic.
yin yang, black
Yeah,
and white, night
yeah,
day.
oh,
Just
Yeah.
let's see.
It
Now I'm
wasn't-
trying to remember who is which. Which one was the
Tony
just
Randall.
absolute?
Tony Randall was Felix.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Oscar. Okay, but I don't remember who was the absolute. Who was the messy dude and who was just
Oscar was
the
Walter. I'm sorry. Jack Klugman was the slob.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, just look
got
at
it.
both of them. You could tell who's the neat freak.
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
They were funny. They weren't as nasty as the movie
Uh-huh.
with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Uh-huh.
I remember that one time he calls Walter Matthau plays a sports writer.
Uh-huh.
And he covers the Yankees.
Well, you're talking about the film now.
Yeah, I'm talking about the film.
The
Walter
film, 'cause
Matthau.
it's- right,
This
right,
is
yeah.
what I'm saying. This is the difference
Yeah.
between The Odd Couple was actually really funny, where the movie there was a little edgy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Jack
Yeah.
Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he calls him at the ballpark, tell him not to eat a hot dog because he's making linguine. Just
Okay.
then, it's the bottom of the ninth, and the Yankees hit a home run to win the game. So
Ooh.
he comes home, and you know what? He is upset.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then he says, he's going on, and he says, and you call me, because you're
Bottom
serving
of the night.
spaghetti, and the guy's laughing, right?
Huh?
Jacqueline's laughing. He says, "What are
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
laughing
yeah.
about?" It's not spaghetti, it's linguine.
And Greeny,
And he
yeah.
picks up the plate, throws it on the wall. He says, "Now it's garbage." But yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
yeah.
little edgy on that one.
There's some edginess. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
But the TV show was pretty much funny all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
How about Mary Hartman? Hey, Mary Hartman. Did you ever watch that
You
one?
know, that had a short run. That didn't last very long. It was
No. No.
basically a year and a half, maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. But
But yeah, that was.
it was supposed to be groundbreaking. I never watched it myself.
Oh, we watched some of. Oh no, they
Mm,
got into some very interesting topics as far as
mhm.
that's concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she had a whole lot of complex life events, scenarios, and
That's why
that kind of
I didn't get into it.
reflected a lot of what was the social changes going on at the time,
Yeah.
and a lot of emotional conflicts and so on and so on. She had to get to one snap out of one state of mind into another one. I mean, from that regard, it
Mm,
it moved pretty quickly as
yeah.
far as that's concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not
So
my cup of
it was
tea.
pretty good.
Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
seen one or two, and it was not my cup
Yeah,
of tea.
I don't think we watched all of it. I think
Yeah.
we were latecomers to it, and then we got into it probably near
Yeah.
the last,
Yeah.
maybe 8 or 10 episodes or
Hmm.
something
Hmm.
like that. So,
Okay.
yeah,
But I'll be honest with you. The
yeah.
Padres got a list as well. This is the Padre list.
Okay, now we're going to be talking.
CPO Sharky.
This sounds like a Padre
That
list.
sounds like what ran from 76 to 78 with Don Rickles.
Yeah, well, Don Rickles is a character. Okay, but I don't remember that. Yeah.
He plays a chief petty officer called Otto Sharkey, and the gruff, and he was able to bring his comedic style. In other words,
Hmm.
his insults to the
Right.
young recruits.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and just thrashes them constantly. But you
yeah.
know what? He can only thrash them. No one else can. So he
Oh, well,
sticks up for
sure.
them, but you know what? He's always just thrashing them. And you know how he can be.
Oh, he could be pretty raw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one I really enjoyed, but it only lasted, I think only like 2 years, okay? And it
What's
was
that?
called Fish.
No, I don't think so.
It was, and it ran, uh, actually ran while Barney Miller was on. It was a spin-off with
Oh,
Abe
okay.
Vigoda in it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
he's a grumpy old lovable, the detective Phil Fish. Well, what
Uh-huh.
happens is it's home life, and he and his wife run a foster home and have
Okay.
all these kids and stuff like that. And
Sure.
this is what killed me. Abe Vigoda at the time when they were doing it, he's
Hmm.
remember in 1972 he came out in Godfather.
Right.
He's 52 then.
Yeah.
The dude
Yeah.
looked like he was in his 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
when he passed away, I think he passed away in 2016. He was 94. I thought he was 94 when he was doing Barney Miller.
Yeah. 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 He definitely was. Yeah. 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 He aged quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was kind of like me when when I first started working at 21. They thought I was in my 30s,
Oh,
so I just
okay.
kind of grew into my looks, into my old
Okay.
age.
Whatever works.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but that was pretty cute. I mean, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the other one I used to like too was what was it? The Betty White Show. That was
Yeah, Betty
yeah,
White show was yes.
yeah,
That was a good show too. Yeah.
yeah. That was
That
not a
was.
bad one. That
Yeah.
that really
Yeah.
wasn't a bad one because it dealt with like middle-aged women in Hollywood and kind of like addressed ageism and
Uh-huh.
sexism and
Uh-huh.
type of thing
Well,
in the
mm-hmm.
entertainment industry.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Which has changed quite a bit because if you remember during the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, once a woman got past 40, that was it. She was done. Her career was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
It's not that way anymore.
No, no, not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah. Or Doc. I used to love Doc.
Nope.
You don't remember this one, huh?
Yeah. Okay. But Padre, we have established, okay, that you grew up sitting in front of the TV. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't. I did other things. I actually went outside.
Hmm.
Okay. I did other things.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Doc
Um,
was excellent, and it was a very short run, but it was in New York, and it was an all and this was really about. This is when you start seeing about in '75. You started seeing going from the doctors. Remember, the ones who used to make house calls and stuff like that. Insurance companies
sure.
were starting to take over, and
Uh-huh,
this
uh-huh.
kind of what this kind of did was just showed, this old doctor. I think Bernard Hughes was the doc, and
Mm-hmm.
and what he was like a kind, very kindly general practitioner,
Uh-huh.
and what it's trying to show is that there still needs to be a human connection when you're
Hmm.
dealing with medicine.
Yeah. Wasn't that kind of like Marcus Welby?
Oh yeah, but that was way earlier too, wasn't it? Wasn't that in the
I don't remember.
'60s? Marcus
I'll have to
Welby,
look at I don't
MD,
know.
like
Yeah.
with what's it, Ben Casey? Remember that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Kildare with Richard
Yeah.
Chamberlain.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
one that was good. I really liked this one because it was kind of folksy type of
Mm-hmm.
thing, and it was
Mm-hmm.
really good.
Good.
I really did enjoy that. Now here's my last one, okay?
Okay.
And
All
this is
right.
on the Padre list. Carter Country.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously you didn't watch that one either.
No. No.
Oh
No.
golly, there was this.
No.
The one that always cracked me up was that the mayor of the town, heavyset kind of guy, he would always say, "Handle it, handle it." I mean, it's kind of like the Southern life, right? And you've got cultural
Mm-hmm.
dynamics of the Southern life. The
Mm-hmm.
sheriff happens to be African American. Victor French is in it, and so
Okay.
it's kind of got that humor mixture in it, and it
Okay.
was pretty funny. But the mayor used to crack me up. Handle it. Handle it. That's all he ever
Yeah.
said. Handle it. Things would come up, and they would give him, oh, there's something happening. Da 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 da. Well, handle it. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was that was pretty good. But yeah,
Yeah. No.
but
Never heard of that one.
oh,
No.
gee, no, now you're gonna have to go on YouTube. Now that you have all the time in the world because you're retired,
Yeah.
you
I
can
know.
watch a few of these.
I know. I know. Make up for all I didn't do. And if I'm going to throw in the movies too, then I'll never get outside.
Hey, you'll live longer, I guess. Hey, well,
Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, Professor, we've run a little long. What do you say we end this one, buddy?
All right. We
All
can do
right,
that,
my
and we'll
man.
catch up next time.
All right,
Okay.
my man. You have a good one, okay?
Yeah. You too.
All right. Bye bye. We'd like to thank you for listening and remind you if you happen to have any baby boomer topics you'd like us to cover, just email us at growingupboomer@gmail.com. And until next time, may God bless.